is the secret? The secret, the secret, the secret. There is a powerful secret principle that is perfected to produce wealth, prosperity, and abundance for the entire community. The secret grail was practiced during the golden age among the wealthiest people on the richest continent in Africa. A group of black men and women in Tulsa, Oklahoma during the 20th century were able to tap into the soul of their DNA and resurrect the secret grail to wealth and riches for the entire community. The conditions that existed in Tulsa, Oklahoma during that timeline was the same throughout the United States. Racial hatred towards blacks, persecution from terrorist organizations like Ku Klux Klan, White Citizen Council, and very little support from the government. Despite the horrific conditions that blacks experienced throughout the world, the blacks in Tulsa, Oklahoma was able to achieve a miraculous phenomenon not duplicated to this present day. What was so unique about a peculiar community of 11,000 black folks at the beginning of the 21st century that became the richest black community in the world for more than 70 years. Black Wall Street thrived despite being intentional sabotage 3 different times by outside forces that were supported by the government. What is the secret? The secret, the secret, the secret. The sacred secret for wealth is a spiritual principle that lies dormant in all of us. It is hidden in a place most people seldom visit, inside your soul. This spiritual law requires that the wealth of the pie be divided up among the community. The foundation for Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma was to promote social harmony, upward mobility for the entire community, and pave the way for spiritual evolution in all levels of society. The black founding fathers and mothers of Black Wall Street secret to success were the implementation of Mayat. Mayat is a way of life that governs for the benefit of the entire community. Mayat spiritual principles consist of equity, truth, love, justice, order, charity, righteousness. Mayat principles lives in the soul and was recently resurrected in the younger generation with the popular phrase, "If I eat, we all gonna eat." That phrase describes the secret to the wealth and riches of Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Everybody eats. I'm going to take you on a tour of the wealthiest, self-sufficient black community in the world during the 20th century. As we reminisce on a peculiar black community that collectively was able to tap into the inner resources to manifest excellence in each branch of society. Black Wall Street seeds were planted into the soil in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1906. 2 wise businessmen, O.W. Gurley and J.B. Stafford, invested their money, time, and resources into 40 or more acres of land in North Tulsa. The investors' intent were to create real estate for residential and commercial properties. Gurley and Stafford business principles were Mayat. Stafford believes that if blacks pool their resources and spent within their community, they could become self-sufficient. The spirit of the early pioneers of Black Wall Street manifested into reality. By 1936, Black Wall Street had become the largest concentration of black-owned business in the United States, more home ownership, and the richest black community in the country. Stratford business portfolio exceeded more than $100,000 a week in profits. With the structure and service for a self-sufficient community in place, the batons were passed to the next generation. I will mention a few distinguishable people that made significant contributions during the Black Wall Street era. Simon Berry. Simon Berry is a perfect rags to riches story. Simon started out in Tulsa, Oklahoma as a cab driver. He saw the need for public transportation in the black community. Simon Berry saved his money and pulled his resources together and bought a bus for public transit. Within a short period of time, Simon had a fleet of buses with bus routes for the black community. Simon Berry Bus Line became the first black-owned transportation system in the southwestern part of the United States. Simon Berry and his business partner, James Norton, was one of the Oklahoma's first black aviators that owned their own airplanes. Oklahoman Betsy Coleman had to go to Paris, France to receive her pilot training and license. Simon Berry and James Norton operated an airline charter service in Tulsa during the mid-1920s. Simon Berry achieved personal wealth. What he earned in 1915 equals to $12,154 a day in 2017. Mr. Berry practiced mayat by making sure that the community shared in his wealth. Simon Berry bought several acres of land and it was developed into Berry's Park. The common average family had access to an Olympic-sized swimming pool with 3 diving boards, baseball field, outdoor and indoor basketball courts, tennis courts with lights, and a multi-complex facility. Berry's Park is still in existence today as Lacey Park. Alphonso Williams. Alphonso Williams, known as Al, was a mathematical genius. He was similar to the mathematical genius in the movie Hidden Figures, Katherine Johnson. Alfonso used math formulas to develop a lottery for the Black Wall Street. The lottery was the first for the state of Oklahoma in employment for the black community. Alfonso Williams' multi-million-dollar portfolio included a cab service, grocery store, restaurant, real estate, the world-famous Rose Room nightclub, and a professional Negro League baseball team. The Mayotte principle was practiced by Mr. Williams through his financial contributions in the black community. The shared financial resources of Black Wall Street produced 2 hospitals and one of the best surgeons in the world. Dr. A.C. Jackson, a black man, treated patients of all races. The collective shared wealth of Tulsa Black Wall Street created an educational system second to none, and a public library that opened the doors to the minds of children and families. Chappelle, T. Oscar Chappelle, was known as the godfather of true spiritual leadership. Not only did Reverend Chappelle lead his congregation to the promised land of Black Wall Street, he also led the entire black community. In 1960, Reverend Chappelle brought Martin Luther King to Tulsa, Oklahoma to speak to the black community. Reverend Chappelle developed a $1.5 million credit union at his church. Black people did not have to go to a white bank to borrow money. They would go to the godfather, Reverend Chappelle, and he would grant them a loan. T. Oscar Chappelle employed the black community through the credit union, 2 nursing homes, funeral home insurance, etc. Tulsa Black Wall Street had the greatest team of black lawyers in the nation. B.C. Franklin, Amos T. Hall, I.H. Spears, P.A. Chappelle. B.C. Franklin would not back down to no man. After the 1921 massacre of blacks in Tulsa, Oklahoma, attorney B.C. Franklin and his partners fought City Hall and made the city of Tulsa pay out $4 million to the black massacre victims. The white newspaper Tulsa Tribune would write negative articles about blacks, and Edward Lawrence Goodwin did something to change the negative assaults. In 1936, E.L. Goodwin started the black-owned newspaper called the Oklahoma Eagle. The black community of Tulsa and subscribers throughout the state supported the newspaper. The Oklahoma Eagle was considered our newspaper, our voice. The Oklahoma Eagle was the fabric that kept the community united, close, and wealthy. My first job as a 9-year-old was selling the Oklahoma Eagle newspaper. I would sell 100 newspapers, buy me some candy, and ride my bike home with a pocket full of money. The beautiful structured houses and commercial buildings built before and after the 1921 Black Wall Street Massacre was built by the Latimer brothers, William and J.C. Latimer. The Latimer brothers taught many young boys the building trade during the Tulsa Black Wall Street era. I am Julius. I hope you enjoyed my documentary, What You Did Not Know About Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Thanks for watching. Be inspired. I love you.